This is Data Drive. Starring Jeff Weston and Robbie Ferguson. Jeff and Robbie recorded this one back in mid-November, thinking surely they'd have it out before the holidays. But disheartening technical delays ensued. The gents pressed on, and here it is. The drive started with a chirping sound under the hood, so Robbie pulled over to make sure there wasn't a bird looking for a place to get warm. Turned out it was just the Bald Nerdmobile being temperamental in the cold November air.
Bald Nerdmobile, more like Bald Birdmobile.
Some of the discussion hints to the coming Christmas season, and even though that's past, it's still relevant conversation any time of the year. The guys are about to tackle an essential topic: how to secure your data and plan for the unexpected, and even plan for the worst. From encrypted storage devices like Kingston's IronKey Vault Privacy to clever ways to ensure your family can access critical files, Robbie and Jeff will share tips that could save you time, money, and stress. We hope you enjoy this episode of Data Drive.
Well, we are back to driving in the dark, but we get to enjoy the sunrises.
Yep, we do.
'Tis the season.
Won't be long before the snow starts.
Stop. You don't have to turn this thing negative right away.
As soon as it gets cold, I get negative.
Yeah.
My family started to, well, I don't know if embrace would be the right word, but get accustomed to my cheery disposition around me.
I'm detecting some sarcasm.
Yeah. I love Christmas, like the day, and just, you know, blessing the kids, Jen, you know, our family breakfast, and like all those things that you look forward to. I really dislike the commercialization of the season. Like, I've got a Bah Humbug mug, and there's a joke about me being, you know, Scrooge and stuff like that.
Speaking of mugs, my mug is available on Amazon, and you'll find the affiliate link in the description below.
It's an orange mug. Buy it now.
Available now. Link in the description below.
Oh my gosh.
What is this about commercialization? What are you talking about?
Sure. Actually, no, the one thing that really bugs me the most, though, is...
This is like gripes with Jeff. That's
Well,
what we're going to call the episode.
it's more about, like...
You know what really drops my ass?
We just came off Halloween and Remembrance Day, and, you know, you can't go into the store before those without being bombarded with Christmas stuff. I'm like, can you just wait? I don't know.
I thought it was really, it was a little bit weird, but there was something charming about going into a Canadian Tire and, like, before Halloween, and they had all the Halloween decorations, and then 3 aisles over, it was all Christmas decorations. So, you know, I know some people think that's so bad, they have the Christmas decor. I found it kind of charming, like, because it gave me a chance to sort of see what's coming for the season, kind of like a preview of the Christmas decorations that are available this season.
The lights that you saw last year that you get to do again this year?
No, they've upgraded them. Now they're all like individually addressed LEDs.
Oh my god.
So you can program it and make it dance to the music and everything. Which used to be, you know, something that was only available to people that were tinkerers, makers, who had time on their hands.
Right?
I'd love to do that. I'd love to manufacture those kinds of things, but I don't have time.
Yeah.
My pumpkin at Halloween for the past several years has been LED that I created or crafted a circuit using a Cat5 cable.
Oh, okay.
And it every year we just pull it out, and it's got 12-volt LEDs that light up the pumpkins really nicely.
Cool.
Yeah. Which makes me think I should put something in line, a MOSFET or something that just is programmed to make the light flicker like a candle, because it's just solid. I've never thought of that. That would be fun.
Start building in like a motion sensor where it like changes colors. People get closer to it.
It's a Cat5 cable, so it's 4 twisted pairs. One pumpkin, that's 1 twisted pair, so that leaves me 3 twisted pairs to carry data or some kind of signal. So yeah, I could have some fun with that.
Totally.
I'm thinking an upgrade next Halloween.
Get a speaker in there.
That's what I'm thinking. Like you said, motion sensor. So then I'm thinking, oh, what if I connected it to ChatGPT, created a GPT model that is like a spooky ghost, or that tells goofy Halloween jokes, something like that. Or just plain old jump scare. You had convinced me to get a Wyze doorbell.
Yeah.
And that was a great suggestion.
All my suggestions are great.
I know. I love having it. It's great knowing when the kids are home, if I'm in the city and that kind of thing. Make sure everyone's doing well.
Yep.
Got home safely from school, that kind of thing. With Halloween, it has pretty good audio too, this Wyze doorbell.
Yeah.
And it's 2K video. So very clear video.
Yep.
And nice wide angle fisheye lens. So, of course, 3 teenagers walk up to the door, and one of them's like, "It's a freaking mother load," and because we just left a bowl outside because we were trick or treating with our 2 boys. So, "It's a freaking mother load," and he starts taking handfuls and handfuls of candy. The sign says "Take 2."
Yeah.
Yeah. Typical. But so we've got a video to
That's funny.
Publicly shame this child.
Excellent.
You see people do that on Reddit and stuff. It's like, why are you even posting this? It's like the kids are being kids, but
oh, of course. See, that's where you want to have your camera active and then be like, put the candy back.
Yes.
Because you got the 2-way on your phone.
What do you mean the freaking mother load? Yeah, if I had a thought of that, I could have been like, ooh. That'd be hilarious though. So just put your phone in the window or a tablet in the window with the feed playing so that they can see they're on camera.
Right?
They'll be like, oh, I will take 2. They'll make a point of. It's like when you walk into a convenience store and the person that's working there is like a sole employee, and there's a sign that says, they've run to the bathroom for 5 minutes or something.
Yes.
So you're like putting your $5 on the counter, and you're like making a point of like, just I don't know where the cameras are, but here's my $5, just so you know.
Yeah. That's funny. Well, that would never work for me because I do debit.
Which makes me think I was, the catch of that, the downfall of paying electronically. Everybody's using the mobile apps now. You go through a drive-through and you have already paid for your order through a mobile order.
Yep.
So that it's quicker. You can just really quickly go through the drive-through. Yeah, mobile order 52, and they just hand it out to you.
Yeah.
Easy peasy, right? So, on occasion I get, a little, I don't know, I wake up on the right side of the bed or some crazy thing. Or, I'm just feeling good. So I'm like, okay, here's my card, and I'd like to pay for the person behind me.
Right.
And the teller's like, oh, that's so nice, but the person behind you is using the app, and they've already paid.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that kind of sucks. So, I kind of wanted to, because it's a nice feeling when somebody does that for you. Like, it kind of makes your day, and especially if you're having a bit of a rough start to the morning. So I like to do that now and again. But So that person doesn't get that blessing, and it's like, that's too bad.
Yep.
All for the sake of convenience.
Yes.
And they'll never know. So, word to the wise, don't use your app to pay until you get to the window. Just in case there's somebody that wants to make your day.
It's funny. I have thought about that. Not so much the paying it forward at a window, but just the change to mobile payments.
Yeah.
And I start thinking about other services that we utilize that are intrinsically cash heavy in their usage, and how the rise in digital payments has altered that. And one thing in particular, near the highway exit near us, we have consistent homeless population, which has its highway exit sign holders.
Oh, okay.
And that used to be people that have change in their pocket, and they open the window and here you go.
Yeah.
But I got thinking about it. I'm like, what if in this case, like, there's no cash, how a lot of cases you can't collect.
Like in a society with no cash?
Yeah, like
I found that
those
like
cash things you can't do anymore.
Yeah. Again, thinking of Christmas time, you get the bell ringers and stuff at the malls, raising funds.
Yeah.
And
they've got the little like
now they have
QR
debit
codes
and yeah. But in the first few years of the cashless society, if you will, because I haven't carried cash in years and years, but I'm like, I don't have any cash.
Yeah.
I got my we wear poppies here in Canada for Remembrance Day, and I had to borrow change from my wife to get to buy a poppy, because it's like I don't have cash.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I see the air cadets standing there when you walk into the
another example.
Drugstore, and it's like, sorry guys, I got nothing.
But see, they can, and by contrast, the bell ringers now have like scanners and stuff. But there was a fundraiser at one of the grocery stores, and exactly the same thing happened. Where this was like they're raising money to buy lunches for healthy lunches for kids in school. And I'm like, I'd love to, but I don't carry any cash. And he pulls out a scanner, like what's the just
like
one of those
QR code?
No, like a tap device.
Okay.
That's just connected to his phone.
Like a square or something.
Square, that's the one I'm thinking of. Yeah, I think that's what it was. So I was like, sure, okay, perfect. So then I was able to donate. But somebody that's homeless, it's like, or otherwise down on their luck and trying to, maybe they're busking.
Yeah.
They probably don't have that capability. Although it is becoming more accessible for everyone. Like anyone can open, let's say a Wave account and accept payments.
So, this was my thought process for the homeless individual at the end of the highway is you can now get low-cost cell phone plans.
Well, a lot of them have cell phones too.
Right. So even if it was like, here's a QR code attached to a give link or an e-transfer or something, like, as weird as it sounds, I could actually see that, because like an e-transfer, it just goes right into a bank account that might have.
Right.
But our entire system is set up on, what's your fixed address? Like these kind of things. And so it makes it tough. And it's like, the rise of a digital world in this regard, there's other areas that haven't caught up.
It kind of makes me think that that's where we are at. So those who do have a fixed address and have a full-time job, and that's where we're at with cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
Robbie and Jeff, I'll be right back. We just roll and stay on track. Grab a coffee, don't you stray. We've got more TikTok on the way.
At DataDrive, we trust only Kingston Endurance micro SD cards for our dashcam footage. Built for high endurance and reliability, they handle the extremes, from blistering summer heat to bone-chilling Canadian winters. Our dashcams face it all, but Kingston Endurance micro SD cards never miss the action. Is your device ready for a Kingston upgrade? Whether it's your dash cam, action cam, surveillance or trail camera, drone, Raspberry Pi, smartphone, or even your Nintendo Switch, go with the reliable, high-endurance choice with Kingston Endurance micro SD cards.
DataDrive is brought to you by Ameridroid.com. From Singapore computers to home automation and accessories, Ameridroid.com offers top-notch products, worldwide shipping, and unbeatable US-based service. Explore endless possibilities with Ameridroid.com.
It kind of makes me think that that's where we are at. So those who do have a fixed address and have a full-time job, and that's where we're at with cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
How do I get access to my crypto legitimately?
Well, you have to connect to your trade network.
Yeah,
wherever you
it's
got
a rhetorical question in that, yeah, I know you can, but it's complex. So you feel like, so the average crypto trader that is not heavily active on the network is probably unaware of, okay, well, how do I quickly get that into fiat or
Right.
into, okay, so if I've got money that my gains on crypto this week, I want to cash out, how do I do that? It's not like you can just walk into a bank and say, hi, I'd like to cash out my Bitcoin
Oh gosh.
or
right?
take my gains.
Well, even when I went to, make a deposit into, when I first got into crypto, I went into the bank to make a deposit, because it was a sizable number that I wanted it insured for the transfer.
$10 billion.
Yeah, not quite. But it wasn't like I was putting in $50.
Yeah.
So it's like, if I lost 50, like whatever, I could deal with it.
Yeah.
Like it was actually for investing. And the bank I had to go through so many loopholes just to be able to deposit the money,
Yeah.
let alone if I wanted to access it. But it's interesting that you bring that up because, and this is not a plug for a service one way or another, but I have the crypto.com Visa.
It's a cryptocurrency Visa. Get it now.
Available now. Link in the description below.
Within the app, I can do swaps. It's not a trading platform, so it's not like I'm using candlesticks to monitor, highs and lows and making daily trades. But I can load up fiat through the app. I can convert to different cryptos. I can load it onto my Visa card. I can pay, check my balance on my Visa. It's a prepaid Visa, and I get crypto cash back.
When you say check your balance, what's the currency?
It's paid out in like fiat when I use it.
So is it US dollars balance?
No, my Canadian.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I load up my card. And
So you transfer crypto into a fiat wallet, which is a Visa.
yep, all of it through the app.
And do you get taxed on that because you're taking capital gains?
I suppose technically under Canadian tax law, it probably should,
But so you don't get taxed, but you should report it.
Yeah, I guess technically how the law's written.
Don't worry, we'll edit this. Jeff, you clearly are paying taxes. Yes,
Right?
Robbie. Yes, I am paying taxes on all my cryptocurrency.
Yeah, but
In accordance with Canadian law.
well, okay. So I should clarify with the Visa.
Yes.
I load fiat onto it, so it's not like I'm putting crypto on it and then paying out in fiat.
Oh,
like,
so this lets you transfer into your...
yeah, so it's like a prepaid Visa in that regard. So if I put, if I know I'm going to be paying for a couple hotel rooms, I'll load up $500-600 into the account.
Yes.
Because it's prepaid in that regard. So there's no credit check, so to speak.
Okay.
And then, I pay my bills and, depletes the funds.
So that you get crypto cash back.
Yes. And then that goes into my wallet.
I
And
see.
so then the more I use it, because I'm going to be spending the money anyway,
Yeah.
then it just accrues crypto for me. And then that crypto, it's paid out in their currency, which is CRO. And
So then my question is, can I take crypto and transfer it onto the Visa in Canadian dollars?
yes, you convert it to
You
fiat.
can do that.
Yeah,
Okay.
You sell it as fiat, and then put it.
That's how I was understanding what you were doing.
Yeah.
So I didn't realize it was fiat to fiat.
Yeah, but because they've it used to be up until fairly recently, you could only convert on a trade platform.
Yeah.
But as more of these services are coming out, even like Ledger, you used to buy your Ledger wallet to store your crypto keys and your balance, and it was kept on your Ledger, but it wasn't tied to a network.
Yeah.
So you couldn't trade it or anything. Well, now even in the Ledger app, you can do swaps. So I have my Ledger digital wallet.
Okay.
I can pull my balances, but I've also got the app, and with that, I can take my crypto and swap it around.
So are you leaving it on an exchange?
No, it's within the Ledger network.
So who has your keys?
Ledger. So it's all done within the Ledger platform. So I still pay trade fees, but they're not as high because I'm not on a trading platform.
So what's the risk in Ledger then shutting down and you losing all your crypto?
The same risk as if you were on a network that shuts down.
But I keep all my keys to myself.
Oh, yeah. I can...
My keys are not on any network.
Okay, so I guess I should clarify. The Ledger is a wallet.
Yeah.
So if the wallet goes down, then I lose my crypto.
Yeah, I don't like that. I only use offline wallets, personally.
Because I'm more active.
Yeah.
Offline doesn't make
You're
sense.
a risk taker. Yeah, and I'm a hodler.
Well, and I am too. I don't do day trading, but I do watch the market, and I do make conversions. As far as crypto.com, anything is possible, but they're pretty big, pretty prominent. The fact that they're the first one with a Visa contract.
Yeah.
They have the crypto arena in the States. It's clearly doing well. If you can put your name on the side of a sports stadium, you probably have some longevity to you.
I just can't help but think, well, Quadriga CX was big.
Yeah.
The biggest in Canada. Oh, boy.
Yeah. You ever have a brain fart and forget your password?
Not really. I'm trying to think of any instance where I have, and no.
Keep them all in your password journal?
Yeah, just it's written on a sticky on my monitor.
Right. I forgot my root password.
Oh,
For
shoot.
my,
For what?
Pi hole.
Oh, they have ointment for that, Jeff.
Yeah.
So your DNS server?
Yeah. Last week I got an email from our
Yeah.
ISP that they were doing upgrades in our area. And our internet was going to go offline.
Yeah.
You know, they said it was going off on Tuesday, and it could take 2 days to do the work.
Okay.
And it went off Monday, and it was like, oh, they started early, whatever. Because I saw the text on the road.
Yeah.
Internet off and on, but progressively just got worse and didn't come back on. So Tuesday, don't see them on the road, still not on. And I get an alert that they're all done in the area, everything's working. And I'm looking at my modem, and it shows it's connected, but I got nothing. So I'm going, okay, this looks like it's a DNS issue.
When in doubt.
Yeah. So I log into my Pi hole, and I
Through the browser?
Yeah, through the browser.
Yeah.
Because I can our home guest network, I could surf the internet, but on our personal networking, I couldn't.
Oh,
So that made me think it was something tied to the Pi hole in the DNS, because our guest doesn't go through the Pi hole. So turns out I filled up my logs, and so we can't write to the logs anymore, and so it just kind of froze.
Oh, like the disk is full?
Yeah. So I tried flushing the logs, and it won't do it because it doesn't have enough data to process flushing the logs.
Oh, on the interface.
On the Pi hole, yeah, the interface. So I was like, okay, well, I'll just log into my
Well,
Pi.
if you filled the file system, it's probably in read-only mode. Like it would lock up. You wouldn't be able to write anything to the drive.
Yeah, I can't write. It's just all I can see is the interface. I can't make any changes.
Yeah.
So I tried logging into my Pi hole through SSH, and can't get in because I don't remember my root password.
Shoot.
I set the thing up like 3-4 years ago, and at the time I remember going, oh, I'm going to use this password and I won't forget it. It can make sense.
Root.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of. Well, I have a...
Did you find your sticky note?
Nope. Don't have a sticky note. Don't have it written down. I was so confident in my memory.
Yeah, and then you got old.
Yeah.
Huh.
Everything goes downhill after 40. So yeah, now I've got a Pi hole that I can't flush the logs on. I could turn off the Pi hole.
You
Like-
powered off?
No, like I could disable the service from the interface.
Oh, okay.
So it's still on. It's still running, but I've just turned off
Huh.
the DNS function, so it's bypassing it.
Everything's running in memory.
Yeah, so I'm like, ugh. So now I think, because I can't remember my password, I think I'm going to have to flash a new Pi hole. Just get a bigger SD card.
Not necessarily. Like you can chroot to the file system and change the root password.
But how do I can't get into it?
You would just take the it's an SBC, right?
Yeah.
So take the drive out of it. So SD card, I presume.
Yep.
Take the SD card, pop it into a Linux laptop or computer.
Which I don't have.
You don't have.
Nope.
Boot from a live CD. Download the Zorin
Did you
OS.
just say CD?
Yeah. Flash drive.
I'm like, what?
You know what I mean. Flash the ISO to a USB
I was
stick.
gonna say, I haven't used a CD in like 10 years.
Yeah. I'm old school. Yeah, just boot it up on a floppy.
Right?
So yeah, boot from a USB flash drive and just
Yeah,
go into live mode. Couple things you could do. If you have two card readers, you could pop the SD card in that's the source, and then use DD to image it to a larger SD card. So now that you've resized the file system into the larger partition on the larger disk, you can now plug that new drive into the SBC, boot from that. And if all went well, key thing is just make sure that your in file and out file on DD are correctly assigned. You don't want to overwrite the wrong disk.
Right. We'll just be flashing a new pie hole. Anyway.
Yeah. So that's an easy way, an easy fix. Or, like I say, change your root password. Or can you even just mount it? Like just plug the SD card into a Linux computer. And I say it's got to be a Linux computer because you're not going to be able to read it on Windows. It could be a Mac. But go into /var/log in that partition, in that drive, and just clear some of the logs.
Yeah, that'd get me up and running faster, probably.
That would get you up and running fast,
but
and then you don't have to get any new hardware. Well, then what you need to do to fix the problem is activate logrotate.d. And what that'll do is it'll take those log files that are filling the disk, because I suspect it's been running for 3 years and you've never maintained the logs.
Correct.
So it's just getting bigger. And with Rogers, your internet provider, being offline for a couple days, it probably just filled the logs with error messages.
Yes.
So logrotate.d will take your log and automatically tar.gz it, which is to compress it, to zip it, make it super small. And that saves space, and it will do that automatically on a schedule. So you tell it, I want you to keep the log active for 1 week and then tar it.
Right.
And then you can say, in addition to that, delete them once they're a year old. And if you're doing a backup, delete them after a month.
Right.
Because your backup will hold the actual logs. But by doing that, your log files will never fill up the drive. Then install the NEMS Linux agent and monitor the disk space.
Yeah.
And
I don't have NEMS at home, but I should.
Oh, you don't?
Got an extra Pi. Because that's the thing is I'm like, I thought about it a couple of years ago, and then the Pis were out, and I just kind of sat on it.
Yeah, and because you have a Raspberry Pi, you can use the Soho Hobbyist Edition, which is free.
Yeah. So, but I was cleaning up my computer area last week because I was on vacation, and found a Pi. I was like, nice.
Very good. So yeah, if you throw the Soho edition of NEMS Linux on there, and then install the agent on the once you've recovered your Pi hole, throw the PHP agent on there because it has a web server, so you can do that, and then it'll tell you if there's a problem, if the hard drive is full or anything like that.
Do that.
Even if your internet goes down, it'll tell you. To have known that disk was going to be full before it happened.
Yeah, I could have saved a lot.
Oh, it would have saved you a lot of headache and kept your network protected.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you're having to turn off the Pi hole, presumably, in order to get on the internet.
I have.
Which protects you.
And oh my gosh, the ads. So many ads.
Yeah. I wouldn't know. I have a working Pi hole and a NEMS server.
Right? I know. I got so used to not seeing all the ads. Now that it's like going to Vegas, just inundated with the lights.
Yeah.
Brutal. Well, I guess so I don't forget my root passwords, I'm gonna have to buy that $10 password journal I keep seeing advertised about.
Better yet, get a Kingston IronKey, which you need to incidentally remember the password for.
Right.
But seriously, I mean, we talked about cryptocurrency and everything else, and I keep my wallet offline, and so I have to have a safe place to put that. So with the IronKey devices being fully encrypted, hardware encryption, and now they're SSDs as well, I've got a really great place to be able to keep things safely, including my root password if I wanted to. Just a plain text file on my IronKey.
Yeah. I have the DataTraveler 2000.
those are cool.
I still
love that
use
thing.
it. I love it.
I still use the DataTraveler 2000 for accounting, my annual accounting,
Yep.
because it's a really handy one to give to the accountant.
Yeah.
So I put all the files on there. I set a read-only passcode, and then and I hand it off with a little instruction sheet that says, "Here's how to unlock it."
Yeah.
And
I love it.
And I love that because it's encrypted, confidential data.
Yep.
But they're quite small. Mine is 64 gigs. My IronKey SSD, however, is a Vault Privacy, and it's 960 gigs.
Wow.
And it's an SSD.
Okay.
So it has a built-in touch screen that you punch in your code.
Yep.
And you can have a code for read-only, so that if you want to allow somebody to access the drive but not read and write, or not write to it and delete things, you can do that.
Oh, that's cool.
And then additionally, because it's an external drive, so I use Linux, and so I can use Luke's dump.
Well, Luke's
And
dump.
I can actually partition the drive within the drive, right?
Yeah.
So I can have partitions within the encrypted drive. So, but I think that's a great way to store your confidential data.
Well, and that's what I use my DataTraveler for.
Yeah.
The only catch is you lose the drive or you forget the password and it's all toast.
Oh yeah, but never have your data in one spot.
No, of course. That's why I've got, multiple versions.
So a good example, so I have my live data on my server
Yep.
at the office. Then I back it up to an in-house backup system.
Yep.
And then I copy the backup to my IronKey because my Vault Privacy, because it has a lot of space. And then I can take it off-site.
Yes.
So I can take it in my car. I don't have to worry about it. It's a copy of my data, but it's encrypted and it's password protected, PIN protected, and if somebody stole it, they wouldn't be able to access the data.
Right.
So that gives me like a really good amount of peace of mind. But I like those devices from Kingston for like at tax time is a perfect example. But cryptocurrency, I like keeping my wallet, my offline wallet on a Vault Privacy is really a secure way to keep them.
Yeah. The problem is, I think this way. I mean, you think way more advanced than I do in that way, but I still have all these steps and stuff that I use. But what always goes through the back of my head is, if I ever die, all of this is going to be lost because my family has no sweet clue.
So there you go. Vault Privacy.
Yeah.
Get yourself like the 960 gig. So it's got lots of space. It's the IronKey Vault Privacy from Kingston. And put everything on that, including your family photos and stuff. So just put the critical stuff that you just... So you said, if I died.
Yeah.
So if I died, I don't want my wife to not have access to our cryptocurrency, my passwords for my computers, all those things.
Yeah.
So just have a plain text document in your Vault Privacy that says, if I die, and give your wife the code. And there you go. There's an answer because it's... And,
oh, yeah.
Keep it in a safety deposit box that she has access to or something like that, or keep it somewhere that, you know where it is, she knows where it is. Maybe your parents know where it is, kind of thing. And then that's your assurance that... I do dread, if I die, my infrastructure is going to be really hard for someone like my wife to figure out.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
So having a document that is laying that out and stored in a secure location would be really great.
It's funny, in TV shows you see people leave the videos all the time. I'm like, if I'm dead, watch this video. It's like,
Yeah.
I need a if I'm dead text file.
Yeah, just set up a cron job that if I don't use my computer
That's right.
for 3 days,
Yeah,
send an email to my wife that gives her the password to the Vault Privacy.
that's right. Suddenly you get an email. It's like, I'm dead.
And then you go home that night after being at a conference.
Right.
And your wife is sitting there crying. Family all around. Technology failed us.
That's right.
Maybe I'll just put it on a piece of note paper.
Yeah, exactly.
Leave it in the drawer.
That wraps up this episode of Data Drive. That's some food for thought when planning how to secure your digital life. From protecting passwords and cryptocurrency wallets to creating family-friendly plans for accessing critical data in an emergency. If you enjoyed today's discussion, don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment or review. As always, we'd love to hear your thoughts. What's your go-to solution for data security? Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time on Data Drive.